Hey everyone, my starlights. I'm gonna call y'all my starlights. Anyway, I am coming to talk about a series that I want to start. I want to begin my series, and the series will be called One Pan, the number one and pan. The reason why I say one pan, one eyeshadow color is consists of that's just one pan of eyeshadow color. So we're gonna do one pan, okay? Y'all can pick whatever color you want. I will show you how to wear it in two different ways. I'm gonna put it one way on this side and one way on this side, just so that you can have it. And then I'm reading from my little stuff right here, y'all. This will be great for if you go into work in the office or if you just want to be put together and go somewhere right quick, you don't want to take all day trying to do no eyeshadows and stuff like that, or you just don't know how to do eyeshadows like the MUAs or people like that. So this is something simple that can be worn to church, to dinner, out with your friends, or wherever. Okay, doing a whole lot can be overwhelming, especially if you're not used to doing that or if you've never done it before. Okay. Anyway, I got you. We can sit back. Y'all can either do it with me. If you want to do it with me, let me tell you what you need. You're gonna need an eye pencil, a good eye pencil to do your eyebrows if you want to fill in your eyebrows. Okay. You need your concealer that can go on the eye bone, eyebrow bone. When I say eyebrow bone, I'm talking about right here that highlights the eye light. Okay. Um, Not only will you need that, you'll need you either a depending on the color that you want to put on your eyelid. I'm gonna do like a green today since I got on this green sweater. I just say I'll do this. So I'm gonna do a lighter concealer on my lid right here and just blend it into whatever I put on my eyebrow bone. But this is a eyeshadow primer that's by Juvia's Place. It's called Eye Prep, Eye Prime, and they have these in like I think maybe two or three different colors. It may be more than that by now, but when I bought it, it was only like three colors. It was one, two, and three. You'll need that. If your eyelids are like mine, which can be very oily, I use a setting powder. So any setting powder that you may have, you can use that to go over your eyelid before putting the eyeshadow on your eyelid. If you're gonna want to finish out your eye with me, because I'm gonna finish mine out while I'm on here, and I'm gonna have my mascara to do my lashes and my lashes. I'm gonna stick them on too as well. Okay, I may not do them just directly on the thing, but yeah, we're gonna do that. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, wait a minute, I went too fast. We're gonna use an angle brush for applying the concealer under the eyebrow. We're gonna also have fluffy brushes that we're gonna use. And I may even use another type of brush like this. It's like a dome shaped brush. Mine is a little small. They have some that are bigger, but I have this little one to go in the crease of the eye if you want to. If you want to be specific, I'm just saying that me, I don't have to be specific, honey. But I'll show you on that other look just so that you will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get started. We're gonna do our eyebrows first. I have to draw mine in, honey, because I don't have many. And I already done all of my prepping that I'm gonna do. So I just start right here at the end of my brow where the sparse hairs are. I start right there. And I take my pencil, and I take my pencil and I go with the arch of my brow. And I bring it out to there. Okay. And then I start about right here. I don't go all the way down here. I start about right here. And I go over that arch, how I want it to be shaped. And I bring it into that line there. Sometimes you'll see me just drawing that on, honey. It'd be a whole bunch of pencil out there. But for today, I'm gonna do this way. I'm gonna try to do it right. And I eventually come down and come back and I add more pencil to the end of this brow. Okay. This video is just basically consistent of eye work. Okay. Now, I'm gonna fill that in right quick. Okay. That's it for the eyebrow. I'm gonna do this other one right quick. Y'all may have eyebrows. I don't have many. It seems like it takes me a long time, but if I'm not on here trying to explain anything, it wouldn't take me that long. I pop these suckers on with this pencil, honey, every day. Especially if I'm going somewhere. Let me say that not every day, but if I'm going somewhere, I put these eyebrows on, honey, and I be gone. Okay, that's about the best symmetry I'm gonna get today because I'm trying to go on and get through. Anyway, you see how they're boxy or whatever right here at the end? I take a fluffy brush like this, which is the very end of my angle brush, and I just try to blend that out right in the center part. I try not to go too far into the eyebrow. I just try and blend it out. It's basically sort of like smudging, like you would do smudge your eyeliner up under your eyelid. See, it's not as harsh. I took too much off, but it's not as harsh. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go under the brow bone with my that went everywhere. Goodness. Just with Benefits Cosmetics, I'm doing mine almost. I think this color is like maybe a shade or two lighter than my natural skin tone. Well, my regular makeup skin tone, skin color. I can't talk. What's wrong? Okay. Anyway, I tapped that along there. I want it to be kind of heavy just in case I made any errors in applying that liner. So I take my angle brush and I go up under there and I just basically spread this around a little bit. And I go right down there below the line that I started drawing with. And I make sure I shape my brows out. If I overdraw them out here on the end, I cover it up with that concealer. If I got them too wide or something, I come in here and I lessen the width of them up with that as well. And what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other, all right? I'm going to try to do this in real time. So I'm not stopping anything or I'm not stopping or nothing like that. I hope y'all don't hear me breathing too hard. I've been a little ill. Little upper respiratory, honey. Little upper respiratory. And I just take my brush and I bring that concealer down some. I drag some of the heaviness off from up there and bring it down some, okay? Next thing I'm gonna have is my sponge. I forgot to tell you about my beauty blender. I'm gonna have my beauty blender. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna put that light concealer on my lid because I have a green that I'm gonna use, the army green, and I want to make sure the color payout looks good, okay? And I'm only gonna put one on there at a time, okay? That's Elf um camo concealer that I just put on there. Okay, see that? Put that on like that. And then what we're gonna do next is you can go in and you can set your eye with a little setting powder, not a whole lot. You just get a little bit what's on the top or whatever. And you just set that. That's what I do. You don't have to if because some eyeshadows they don't have a great color payoff. Some do. Some you have to have a little dampness on the lid for it to stick to it. Mine don't. The only ones I've noticed that I need to leave the concealer the concealer a little damp is Juvia's Place. Cause for some reason I just can't make that Juvia's Place stick to my leg like everybody else. Anyway, I'm gonna get my fluffy brush, okay, and I'm going to apply as much color to the lid here. I'm gonna do it like you would a smoky eye, but it's gonna be like a smoky eye. I'm gonna say it like that. Anyway, I'm gonna start with this darker shade right here, this darker green, and I'm gonna do tap 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 motions, and I'm only putting it on the lower end of the lid, like so. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with it again, put some more on there, cause I want it to be full coverage on that lid. You don't have to come all the way into your corner yet, because when you start blending, that's when you're gonna really get all over in there. Now I'm gonna come up just a little with it, just like so, and come over into the corner of my eye a little bit over here. Okay, now see, I'm going in circular motions. I'm just going in circular motions with what's left on this brush. And I'm just slowly blending it up. I took a little bit off my lid, so I got to go back. Put some more on my lid right there. See how that look? Just one shadow, and you already put together. Okay? All you got to do is put on your lash, honey. That eye is ready. It's ready to roll. It look like you got a whole nother color up here. But you don't. All you did was unbraid that right on up into your concealer up there. See what I'm saying? Simple, easy. Okay. The next side that we're gonna do, I'm just gonna put it in the crease over here in the corner, and we're gonna do like a triangle shape. We're gonna put it in the crease of the eye and into the corner of the eye. I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use that other color concealer, the natural one. And the only reason why I'm gonna do that is because I'm not gonna have eyeshadow all over the eyelid. Okay. And I'm gonna take my sponge and blend that out. And with this look, I'm gonna make sure I put me plenty of powder on this part right here that's not gonna have much shadow on it. And it's gonna be right here in this corner. Cause like I say, my lids will crease in a minute. And then I'm gonna go back over here just with a little powder and set that. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is, you remember this brush right here I told you I was gonna use? Get that little brush. We're gonna go in the same color. And I'm gonna place it. I'm gonna start placing like you would what you call it? A wing liner. I'm gonna place. See how I got it going there? And then I'm gonna take it from there and I'm gonna bring it in here to there. And then I'm gonna fill this in down here. Only so far. I'm not gonna come and fill it all the way in. I'm only gonna fill it in so far, okay? We're gonna take that same fluffy brush. See how I got that going? We're gonna take this same fluffy brush and we're gonna come in and we're gonna circle right on the very ends of it. Right on the very end of it. And then we're gonna come and we're gonna circle right on that top line of it into that crease. Then we're gonna come into what's there. I'm adding me a little bit more shadow on here because I want my corner to be deep. And I'm flicking it out that way. And I'm gonna lightly pat a little bit more on there because I want it to come in. I got wide eyes, y'all. If y'all got little eyes, you may not have to do this. Okay, see that? That's two different eye looks, okay? Now, next what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go right on in there, honey, with them lashes. And y'all, I don't often do these here. Why y'all right here on here? But being that I wanted to stick quick, I always go in with me a little. I use hair glue, but you know, to each his own. I put me a little glue down first. Then I'm gonna go in with my mascara. But I just placed me a little glue down. Cause like I said, I'm finna ready to wash this all right back off. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just doing this for y'all. And you can use a toothpick or whatever with this here to do that way. Now, being that you don't have shadow on this one on the very front part of the lid, take your time and place that glue on there. You want it to be almost like a liquid liner because you don't want to be able to see all that. I had mine like that the other night. I was rushing going to church. And I went back and looked at that video. I said, now look at all this stuff up there. It happens. Okay. Now I'm fixing to get my mascara. And the only reason why I do this is because when you don't put that concealer and stuff on, your eyelashes be white looking. And you don't want them to be different looking, a different color than your falsies that you put on, okay? Mm, about to take myself out, honey. Ooh, that hurt. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now, being that I almost took myself out with that, now my eyes want to run water. So whenever you get to that point and some start happening like that, you just take your paper towel and you use it and you just press it right here and it'll suck up all that water out the corner of your eye, out of your eye. It acts as a wick. That's my trick. Okay. Now it's all gone. See how wet that paper is on there? It sucks up all them tears. Now, I said they ain't got mascara on everything. Now I'm finna put these eyelashes on right quick and have the finished look for y'all. Cause I'm not gonna put on the eyeliner and stuff. Y'all want eyeliner and stuff, you can do it. I'm not doing all that tonight. Okay. Now, there you go. That's your two quick eye looks. You have a smoky looking green here, and then you have one that's just in the corner of your eye over here. You can always put your piece of tape or something right here if you want a real sharp look. I have a video on here that you can look at. I did a red smoky eye with a little black on the very end, and I wanted it to be very sharp and crisp. It was very sharp and crisp. But those are the two eyes with the Sephora palette. I used the Sephora palette. What is this? The Precious Gemstone palette. And I only used one color, and that was this one right here. That one right there. And again, I'm gonna show it to you. It's one eye. It's two eye. One pan. Let's try this series next week. I'll do another one next week. Um, the one pan series. If there's a certain color y'all want me to do, let me know down below, and we can go from there. All right, y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, and we're gonna try and keep this up for this month for sure. I don't know what all colors we're gonna use. It just all depends on how I feel on that day. Anyway, when you get through doing this, you can go in with your makeup. You can, do your makeup, do your concealer, and everything on here. Cause baby, y'all see I got discoloration on. Mm-hmm. All the discoloration and stuff on my skin. I got all it down there. But anyway, these are two different eyes with one pan. The one pan series, remember, okay? So hopefully Monday I'll start the next one and I'll see y'all. So we're gonna have 4 weeks this week to do that. And after that, we'll start in February and we may do some. I'm not a pink person, but we may do some pink or we may do like a lilac. And I have a red that I can do again. I'll do the red. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.